In the annals of UFO research, few events have sparked as much intrigue and speculation as the revelations made by military personnel about unidentified flying objects. For decades, accounts of encounters with mysterious aerial phenomena have emerged from the shadows of secrecy, often dismissed or disregarded by mainstream discourse. However, a notable shift has occurred in recent years as courageous individuals from within the military have stepped forward to share their experiences and insights, prompting a reassessment of humanity's relationship with the cosmos. Retired Army Sergeant Clifford Stone stands as a prominent figure in the realm of UFO investigation. With a distinguished service record as a combat veteran in the Vietnam War spanning over 2 decades, from 1968 to 1990, Stone was a vital member of a clandestine special operations unit assigned to retrieve debris from crashed UFOs, extraterrestrial technology remains, and other unearthly artifacts. Furthermore, Stone revealed startling claims that extraterrestrial beings have been visiting Earth in highly sophisticated spacecraft, capable of traversing vast distances in space within incredibly short timeframes, far exceeding the limits of our current understanding of technology and interstellar travel. During his initial deployment, he was stationed with the NBC team, responsible for handling nuclear, biological, and chemical matters at the Fort McClellan Army Post in Alabama. Throughout his regular duties, he remained dedicated until a significant shift occurred when he was summoned for special retrieval operations. Strikingly, he was absent for a week from his usual tasks, as the military called upon him for UFO retrieval missions. Intriguingly, his official military service records were tampered with, intentionally omitting any mention of his involvement in UFO recovery missions, and instead portraying him as a mere typist, concealing his crucial role in these confidential operations. Stone effectively substantiated his arguments by revealing the presence of confidential initiatives like Moondust and Blue Fly. These projects were specifically designed to conceal the remnants of unidentified flying objects through the utilization of Freedom of Information Acts, thereby concealing any evidence related to such phenomena. In a detailed analysis of an Air Force intelligence correspondence referred to as the Betts Memo dating back to 1961, Sergeant Stone successfully unveiled crucial information to the broader audience. It disclosed that Project Moondust encompassed the capacity to swiftly deploy competent field intelligence personnel for the retrieval or on-site investigation of unidentified flying objects. This revelation sheds light on the military's proactive approach towards dealing with UFO incidents and the strategic deployment of skilled personnel for efficient response to such occurrences. The insights provided by Stone's examination of the Betts Memo underscore the seriousness with which the military was addressing the phenomenon of unidentified aerial phenomena. Stone gathered authentic UFO-related documents from his time in the military through the Freedom of Information Act. These catalogues serve as concrete evidence of his involvement in UFO crash retrievals, further corroborating his claims of being part of such operations during his military tenure. Stone's meticulous research and acquisition of these classified materials not only validate his experiences, but also underscore the credibility of his accounts. By delving into the archives and unearthing these valuable records, Stone has substantially fortified the foundation of his narrative, offering compelling insights into the covert world of UFOs. Stone mentioned in past interviews that during his time in the military, he was under surveillance by an unidentified individual referred to as Colonel, whose official rank remained undisclosed to him. This colonel accompanied Stone to sites of crashed UFOs and conducted debriefing sessions with him. Stone recalled being granted access by the colonel to peruse a detailed manual, 3 inches thick, that contained comprehensive data on 57 different varieties of extraterrestrial biological entities that were within the knowledge of the military. This encounter revealed intriguing insights into the secrecy surrounding UFO phenomena and the extent of the government's awareness of extraterrestrial life forms. The individual mentioned that numerous species bore resemblances to humans, albeit with slightly larger eyes characterized by black irises. His account elaborated that extraterrestrial beings exclusively communicated through telepathy, possessing the ability to delve into and understand thoughts and emotions. In 1973, there was an incident involving Stone, where he played a part in recovering a downed, unidentified flying object. Following his retirement in 1989, he discreetly concealed a tiny metallic fragment from the UFO within his shoe and proceeded to bury it in the vicinity of his estate located in the states of New Mexico and Nevada. In his account, he said the following: "Morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Clifford Stone. I was a Sergeant First Class United States Army. I had a secret clearance with nuclear surety. I could get the clearance that I needed to do whatever it was necessary for me to do at the time on special operations when I was called in on those. What I'm referring to here is that I was involved in situations where we actually did recoveries of crashed saucers. There were bodies involved with some of these crashes, and also some were alive. While we were doing all this, we were telling the American public there was nothing to it. We were telling the world there was nothing to it. I'd like to go into detail on some of the nuts and bolts cases right here. But I will be available if you have any questions concerning my involvement in this. You can talk to Dr. Greer to arrange for me to get to talk to you. But the whole situation is, we have setbacks. We've told the American people that there's no such thing as UFOs. I've been involved where we have recovered these objects. We know them to be of extraterrestrials. In 1969, I had an event that happened to me while I was stationed at Fort Lee, Virginia. We went to Indiantown Gap, Pennsylvania, and that would be my first exposure to any time that we would be recovering an unidentified flying object. When we went there, we already had people that were in the facility with a backup team, which was supposed to be NBC because there were supposed to be some nuclear materials that were on board this craft. Later on, most people involved were told that there was nothing on board. UFO crashes are not events that take place every day. They're rare. I know we're not alone in the universe. I know that the absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. It's evidence that has been denied to the American people. I stand before you today and my Almighty God, and I tell you this: if the Congress calls me in and says, "Will you testify in detail what you know?" I stand here today prepared and ready to do just that. Governments must never lie to the people for no reason. Thank you. The mysterious Petrozavodsk Jellyfish UFO sighting. In the early hours of a September morning during the late 1970s in the Soviet Union, a period marked by the persisting tension of the Cold War, the inhabitants of a quaint Russian township were stirred from their slumber by an unusual sight. Gazing skyward, they beheld a mysterious light traversing above them. Gradually, this luminous anomaly transformed into a peculiar jellyfish-like entity, emitting mysterious beams of light towards the earth below. Astonishingly, remnants of its visitation, tangible evidence of its existence, were left behind, further mystifying the bewildered onlookers. The event unfolded against the backdrop of a geopolitical era rife with suspicion and intrigue, intensifying the intrigue and speculation surrounding this unexplainable phenomenon. The event stands out as one of the most captivating UFO sightings documented in history. Despite numerous proposed interpretations, many UFO researchers still consider this incident a mystery. The fact that it took place during the intense backdrop of the Cold War, with its endpoint a decade away, adds an extra layer of fascination and complexity to the scenario. This mysterious encounter continues to puzzle experts, fueling speculation and debate within the UFO research community. The circumstances surrounding this event, occurring amidst the tensions of the Cold War era, have contributed to the enduring intrigue and strange nature of this unresolved phenomenon. In the early hours of September 20th, 1977, around 4 in the morning, as documented by Michael Heseman's records, a peculiar and extraordinary phenomenon unfolded in Petrozavodsk. Numerous Petrozavodsk residents, particularly those preparing for their morning routines, were astounded by a truly extraordinary occurrence. As reported by the reputable newspaper, Pravda, an incredibly luminescent entity resembling a gleaming jellyfish hovered prominently over the city of Petrozavodsk. The report detailed that the unidentified object moved at a leisurely pace, emitting beams of light onto the city. It further described the scene as having thousands of beams, resembling a downpour of rain. As time passed, the object altered its luminosity before departing towards Onesko Lake. The comprehensive analysis in the report delved into the intricate details, providing a thorough account of the slow-moving nature of the object and the luminous effects it created on the urban landscape. In the initial moments, the residents were startled by an unusual aerial phenomenon that caught their attention. They observed a peculiar object descending in a spiraling pattern, resembling a glowing ball of fire, which immediately sparked curiosity and astonishment among the onlookers. What perplexed them even more was the unexpected deceleration of the object, ruling out the possibility of it being a meteorite. Gradually, the enigmatic object came to a halt, hanging motionless in the sky directly above them, maintaining a stationary position for approximately 5 minutes. During this eerie pause, a disturbing sound emanated from the unidentified craft, described by witnesses as a chilling siren-like howl that sent shivers down their spines. Suddenly, the haunting noise ceased, signaling a shift in the object's movement as it resumed its course, gradually advancing towards the central hub of the town, leaving the bewildered spectators in awe and uncertainty. The object, as observed receding, was characterized as a reddish-orange hemisphere encircled by a luminous zone. Within this zone, numerous twinkling points of light akin to stars were discernible, flickering and vanishing intermittently. As it distanced itself from the initial cohort of observers, it exhibited a slight pulsating motion, accompanied by the emergence of an indistinct cone-shaped beam of light from its underside. Subsequently, a second beam became visible, both beams lingering for several moments before fading away. This intricate description captures the gradual transformation and behavior of the object, portraying a captivating spectacle that left the witnesses intrigued. Subsequently, there was a hint of heightened drama. As the unusual phenomenon in the sky caught the attention of a growing number of individuals, numerous slender rays of light, likened to thin arrows, descended from above towards the earth. Shortly after this occurrence, a sudden wave of alarm swept through the spectators, who had been observing with a mixture of curiosity and mild apprehension until that moment. The radiant beams seemed to pierce the atmosphere delicately, creating a mesmerizing yet unsettling spectacle that captivated the onlookers. The swift descent of the luminous rays added an element of mystery and awe to the already intriguing display unfolding above. In the aftermath of the startling event, numerous individuals initiated a frantic dash back indoors in a frantic search for protective refuge, driven by their assumption of an impending assault. Simultaneously, some individuals threw themselves to the ground in a swift and instinctive response. Within the local community, there was a rising sense of unease and commotion in the immediate aftermath of the incident, as whispers circulated among the residents, suggesting that what unfolded before their eyes signaled the imminent approach of a potential American nuclear strike. As the spectators continued to observe the spectacle, their apprehension gradually gave way to curiosity, allowing them to discern more intricate details. The entity now resembled an immense jellyfish, spanning approximately 300 feet in diameter, adorned with radiant golden tentacles that emitted an array of captivating hues. Additionally, they could perceive a distinct curvature in the peculiar beams of light, resembling the graceful extensions of a jellyfish or the sinuous limbs of an octopus, adding to the mysterious nature of the phenomenon. This heightened observation led them to appreciate the intricate beauty and complexity of the surreal sight before them, unraveling its mysterious allure with each passing moment. In a report, authored by journalist Nikolai Milov, it is intriguing to note that numerous individuals appeared noticeably unwell in the immediate aftermath of the incident, with this unwell appearance persisting for hours thereafter. Several eyewitnesses, in conversations with Milov, asserted that they sensed a peculiar sensation akin to an electric current coursing through their bodies when the arrow-shaped lights materialized. This phenomenon captivated the attention of many observers, prompting them to share their experiences and observations. Extending beyond just physical distress, the impact of the event seemed to linger, leaving a lasting impression on those present. In a peculiar turn of events, the areas where these mysterious lights made contact with the ground and occasionally window ledges exhibited uneven cavities. Furthermore, a few observers vividly remembered the unidentified object descending to an even lower altitude. Once more, the object came to rest, now positioned a brief stroll from the harbour. As it drew nearer, its luminosity intensified, reaching a level of brilliance that forced numerous observers to partially cover their eyes to behold it clearly. This phenomenon prompted a sense of awe and intrigue among the witnesses, captivating their attention with its radiant glow. The proximity of the object revealed intricate details that were previously obscured, casting a captivating spectacle that demanded respect and admiration. Suddenly, the situation took an even more peculiar twist. Multiple inhabitants in the area observed a spherical object separating from the primary spacecraft and gliding above the rooftops of the nearby residences and structures, resembling a reconnaissance undertaking. This activity persisted for a considerable duration before the object retreated back to the main craft. Some individuals who witnessed the incident reported that it vanished into an aperture located on the underside, potentially hinting at the possibility of it being a remotely operated aerial vehicle. The scenario involved the detachment and subsequent reattachment of a bulb-shaped entity to a larger vessel, leading speculators to consider the potential use of advanced technology or unmanned aerial devices in the observed event, adding a mysterious element to the sighting. Based on the accounts provided by Yuri Gromov, who serves as the director of the Meteorological station in Petrozavodsk, the mysterious object gradually transformed into the shape of an elliptical ring before resuming its movement. It proceeded towards a cluster of clouds situated in the proximity of Onesko Lake. While entering the clouds, it left in its wake a peculiar red void, almost as though the clouds had been scorched, and this anomaly lingered visibly for a few minutes. This occurrence was described in detail by the aforementioned expert, shedding light on the unusual behavior of the object as it traversed through the atmospheric conditions. Gromov's observations offer a unique perspective on this phenomenon, indicating a distinct series of events that unfolded during the object's passage through the sky. Upon further scrutiny, subsequent inquiries would reveal the absence of any documented presence of aircraft traversing the airspace above the town on the specified evening. Gromov categorically refuted the possibility of it being attributed to ball lightning or any other meteorological anomaly. This thorough examination indicated a complete lack of aerial activity during the said period, leading to the exclusion of potential natural atmospheric occurrences as explanations for the observed events. Gromov elaborated on the phenomenon by suggesting that the unidentified object could potentially be classified as either a UFO, a manifestation of advanced intelligence complete with both crew and passengers, or a manifestation of energy originating from a UFO. Consequently, Gromov seemed to imply that the event witnessed by hundreds, if not thousands of individuals on that autumn evening defied any conventional natural explanation. In essence, he contended that the incident was beyond the realms of typical earthly occurrences, prompting speculation about extraterrestrial or otherworldly origins. In the aftermath of the incidents in Petrozavodsk, the news agency was inundated with more than 1,500 letters from the public expressing their concerns. A predominant sentiment among the correspondents was deep apprehension regarding the event and the potential for its recurrence, raising significant doubts about the safety of the local residents. Moreover, some individuals pondered the possibility of heightened radiation levels in the region following the occurrence. The sheer volume of correspondence received by underscored the widespread unease and fear prevalent among the populace regarding the implications and aftermath of the Petrozavodsk events. Upon conducting retrospective inquiries, it becomes evident that a significant number of these issues were not officially documented or reported. Despite the existence of correspondence in the archives pertaining to these matters, it has come to light that authorities within the government imposed restrictions on the news agency, preventing any additional coverage on the subject. In fact, explicit instructions were given to ensure that there would be a complete absence of any further discussion regarding the peculiar occurrences of that fateful night. This suggests a deliberate effort to suppress information and maintain secrecy surrounding the events that transpired. Behind the veil of secrecy, a group of scientists was tasked with conducting a covert inquiry into the event away from public scrutiny. As time progressed, the details of this investigation gradually surfaced to the general public, particularly gaining momentum following the collapse of the Soviet Union in the early 1990s. This leaked information shed light on the incident that had initially been shrouded in confidentiality, marking a significant shift in transparency and awareness surrounding the event. During the time of the incident, a well-informed publisher named Vasyl Zakharchenko, known for his extensive government connections, sheds light on intriguing details. According to his account, the holes observed in the ground and windowsills were approximately the size of a typical coin. What piqued curiosity even further was the observation that the holes in the windowsill had caused the nearby glass to melt, a phenomenon both unusual and captivating. In a particular factory, one window exhibited such an unusual distortion that authorities intervened by removing it for a thorough examination and analysis, underscoring the mysterious and potentially significant nature of the event. In a lecture delivered by Dr. Ajaja towards the end of 1981, observations were made regarding not only the glass beginning to exhibit signs of melting in several locations within various properties, but also a notable distortion noticed in the window structures themselves. Upon closer examination using an electron microscope, researchers identified a peculiar occurrence of a crystalline structure on the surface of the non-crystalline glass, a phenomenon that defied conventional scientific understanding. Upon analyzing the data from this investigation, some experts concluded that the most logical conclusion was that the entities being studied were displaying signs of being active. The implications of these findings challenged existing scientific beliefs and sparked further inquiries into the underlying nature of these unusual occurrences. Despite the lack of definitive answers, the Petrozavodsk incident remains a compelling case study in the study of unidentified aerial phenomena. Its enduring mystery continues to captivate the imaginations of researchers and enthusiasts alike, prompting ongoing efforts to unravel the truth behind the mysterious Jellyfish UFO sighting. Whether the object observed over Petrozavodsk was a product of human ingenuity, natural forces, or extraterrestrial visitors, its impact on our understanding of the cosmos and our place within it cannot be understated. As we continue to probe the depths of the unknown, the Petrozavodsk incident serves as a reminder of the enduring mystery and wonder of the UFO phenomenon.